Okay. So now we're going to recreate this scene. I'll make it again. Okay, guys. We are going to recreate the scene, and we are going to recreate now the pyro thing, the pyro emitter. So this is a cylinder with a displacer, right? The displacer is in the noise, have a little noise, and you have the pyro emitter here. And on the pyro emitter, we change the emission type from surface to volume. And we go to the scene, and we in the scene we have -50 in the gravity and 3000 for time the scene scale, because this cylinder is super small, like 1 centimeters and 3 height. Okay, so the pyro output, also we are going to use, these two, temperature and density, a lot. Okay, so now we have this, like this object that is going to emulate the pyro. And nothing happened because we need to go right here, and on the temperature set we need to increase it a lot. So this temperature basically is saying what is going on inside your scene. Okay, and density set, we're going to put in 1. And on the pyro output, the voxel size needs to be super small. Nothing happened because the voxel size is too large, right? So if we go 0.1 now, we're going to see that is to start to creating something, right? And the simulation and the pyro scene, extra force, fuel combustion. So it's not drawing the pyro. So see, but we don't need the pyro. We need just the smoke. Okay. So, and the velocity and the fuel. Let's see what other things I have here. Uh, This is the base. We don't need it. And this is the emitter of the cylinder. This is the cylinder. And I will remove the mesh right now, the volume measure. I will just go to the pyro. So this is the smoke that we are going to look for it. And basically what we have here is the density enabled is in 3. So let's see what we have here is in 3. The simulator is 30,000. Temperature enabled. Yes, we have the temperature enabled. We have the velocity is the same. The fuel is the same. So what things are changing here? I think nothing's changed right now. So let's see the output. Why is different? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that's why. So density is 0, and this is 0, and this is 80. Oh, okay, that's why. That was the thing that I didn't have before. Oh, what is not acting? That this is weird. Okay, so let's see why it's not doing nothing. This is 12. This is 0. Oh, it's weird. Why is it not showing me the smoke? It's showing it here, but it's not showing on the scene. Okay, I don't know why. It get a little bug. Cinema 4D sometimes do that. Okay, so we have this pyro thing that all the things are getting in the way that we want, and we create this smoke right here with this emitter, right? And we don't want to have too much particles on the scene. So what we do is like we keyframe this enable function. So in the frame 32 we have enabled, in the 33 we disabled it, and we make a keyframe, right? And why we do that is because we want that to be just the shape that we want to create. Okay, so you see how now the shape is off, it's not emitting anymore, but the shape is moving. Okay, You see that? Perfect. Okay, so we are going to show you what forces do we use here. So if we don't have any force, it will be like this, just straight, right? A classical pyro explosion, right? And we don't want that. We want a little more organic shape. So what we're going to do, we're going to add a little turbulence, right? 10 and 10, right? The scale 10 and the strength 10. So we're going to add a little turbulence here, right? You see how the shape is moving a little bit? Okay. So, and now we are going to add a rotation. If you don't understand the rotation modifier, is basically I put it in 90 degrees to rotate this way, right, in the y-axis. And basically the rotation thing is like everything in the scene that can be affected by a force, it will be affected in the angle that is doing it, right? So this is the angle speed is 20, right? This is the amount of force that rotation is using. And if you see, and if I'm going, so the rotation now is to start to rotating. You see how this one is rotating, for example, right? It start rotating in the angle, and you can see it here on this side, right? Start rotating almost like a, a twister or something. I will increase this a lot for you can see what it's doing. But basically rotation add a lot of, mixtures on your scenes. Like it is adding a lot of basically organic movement, right? You see now, sorry, the rotation is like it's going crazy, right? It's almost like a twister or something pretty wild. Okay, so we know actually this is a pretty cool thing, right? If you see it like this way, and you see all the clothing when they do the cloth modifier and all of that, what they do when this rotating is basically they just add a rotation modifier and just crank it up. Okay, and if you see, it's like it's almost the same here, right? Like it's going here and the rotation is affecting what we're seeing, right? And actually this looked really cool. Really cool. Okay, so what parameters I crank up, what parameters I change with this rotation, I mean with this simulator. So the parameters I change are these ones. First, the temperature it's really high, and the temperature added is really high. Then I add more density here, and it was 0, and I add 3. And then on the pyro output, the voxel size needs to be small because the scene is small. And then in the density and temperature, these are the two parameters I add more. I add the smooth factor here. Let's put this in 0 and see what's going on. You see? So when this is in 0, this is probably where you're going to see. So it's like weird. It's like it has this little like weird shapes, and you can see all the particles, angles. But when you crank this up a lot, because it's the density parameter, it will look more dense. So you see the before and after now it's looking really cool, right? It's looking more beautiful, basically. Okay, so and other thing that I add is in the temperature, right? And at this was on I put this in 0. So in the temperature, you have this also as you need to crank this up a little bit. Let's crank it up a little bit more in 15. And I will show you what's the difference between those two parameters with the mesh. So now that we have the particles, we add the volume measure. In the volume measure, of course, we have, this, everything is completed by this mesh, but by default, this is on, I think it's on 20 or something like that, or 50. I don't remember. But by default, it's like this. So by default, you will see it like this. And it was not looking good. This look more like water or something. So you need to decrease this to 1. And when you decrease this to 1, it's basically recognizing all the particles on the scene. Okay? Perfect. So now that we have this going, you still see some things like are reading, right, the pyro, because it's reading it, the particles. It's not looking good. So that's why I put everything inside and all. And in the smoothing thing, I create a smoothing effect, right? And this will get things so much better, right? So the smoothing parameter, the modifier, is really good, really good. Oh, you see, like, that's cool. Okay, so what's going on here? And actually, I'm moving my camera. Perfect. Oh no, I'm not moving my camera. Okay, cool. So we have something more interesting here that looks like, a little fluid, a little creamy thing, right? Because I have this smoothing, I have the pyro with the voxel size low, and I have this crank up, the density smooth factor, and the temperature dissipation. So let's put this in 1, and you will see the difference. If I put this in 1, what is going on is like the shape is more, how to say, it's more pointy. It's pointed up, right? It's more pointy. So when I crank this up a little bit, and let's do it again, it starts looking more filled. Like it's like, it's like looking more liquid. The other one was too pointy, was too rough. Okay, so now we have the shape, because this pyro output is being affected by this rotation, and this turbulence. And on this rotation, I add, this is how you see it, because C is on the back. I add a field. In the rotation, I put in an angle speed in 40. I just leave everything in 0, and then add the field, right? And the field is this spherical field. So in the fields map, I add a spherical field, and I just put it on the side, a little on the side. And we can just even that, move it a little bit, okay? So I just put it like touching a little bit this, okay? So, and if we're going now, right, you can see that it's going to rotate to this way. You see it? I was rotating a little bit. Okay. And now, because we have our base is affecting, you see that this is because the base is here, right? It's affecting the base. So if I remove the collider here, of course, it's not affecting. It will look more just a regular, like a fluid, correct? So let's use this to create our texture, okay? So we have this, and we have an interesting angle. In this case, I was choosing something like this, right? And the material that we're going to use, this creamy material, is super simple, but it's super effective, okay? So we are using, you can notice by now, a subsurface scattering. And the subsurface is pretty simple. So you need to find out, because you understand, everyone understand what subsurface do, or do you have any question for that? Yeah. So basically, this is the color that is being subsurfacing. Okay, and this one is the color that is on like the outside and the inside, basically. And I'm going to show you the difference here between the scale. The scale is basically the amount of light that is passing through the material. Okay, so let's open let's make the render. Let's start the render. There's no lights here, right here. So let's add the lights. Okay, let's remove and just put the rim light right here. Okay, so you can see it here. And actually, we can just put both. Yeah, you can see it right here. So right here in this little piece, you can see the translucency for the subsurface. If I move this in 1, you can see the difference. Now it's a little more transparent, right? It's too much. And because it's a creamy thing, and if we put all the lights, you will see. Because it's creamy, I don't want to be too transparent. I don't want that. This is too much. So that's why I put 0.5, and you will see the difference. Oh, not 10.5, 0.5. You can see now it's less transparent, Okay, so, and this is a pretty simple setup. So basically what I did is like I choose two colors. Of course, we can choose other colors. It will be a different thing, right? The green is being transformed. The light is the light that is passing through the shape. It has this color now. Okay, so I need to choose this because this is a cream color. Okay, super simple. Now, and add at the reflection, I put the crank up the roughness in 0.5, and I add a little coat. And this is really good because, you know, I put 0 and it's, you know, it's not that shiny, because now, because the roughness is too much, because I want to be more reflective with, I mean, the more white reflective with roughness, but I lose the shiny. So when I add the coat on top of that, I will add the shiny back. Make sense? So the combination between roughness and coat is really good. Okay, so you have this scene, and of course the dump, and we're going to see the lighting, because subsurface depends on lighting all the time. Like if you're using subsurface in your scenes, it's all about the lighting of the scene, because it's basically recognizing the light of the scene. So we're going to go one by one. I'm create a dumb light here, and the dumb light, it has a little cream color to match the scene. Okay, and on the details, I just remove the diffuse. This is with diffuse, and this is without. Okay, it's a subtle difference, but I just remove it. I don't want it, and I just leave everything on, because some guys, they just do this and put only the background thing, but I prefer, right, to be more, I mean, to be more present on the scene. Okay, then if we go to the one light, we're going to the rim light, and these lights are really good because it's adding a lot of presence. So, and this is one of my favorite lighting setup. Okay, so we are going to see what's going on here. I have this scene, and this light over here, it's, you know, let me see if I can see the camera. So the camera is right here, right? And I have the light on this side, and this light, it has a softbox center, and we're going to see without and with you know, without the texture and with the texture. Okay, so let's put this one is without, and you will see the difference. You'll see why it's super important to use textures for light. Okay, I will remove this in one. Okay, so this is a typical thing with people light up scenes. Okay, I have this, and this is, you know, you say, go, I like the reflection and all of it. I understand, but if you look the details on the it's almost like just a window, right? But now if you look this detail over here, you will see that it's more subtle, like it's more focused, it's more it feel the scene so much better. Feel the scene so much better. Of course, everyone has different taste, and you think about, but for me, like using real texture for studios is something really you need to do. So this is the rim, this one rim, this is another one. This is from the back. If you can see it on here, I always use a light on the back of the shape. Even, you know, because you're doing subsurface, you need to reflect the material, right? And the one I use also the key light here, our main source light, that is the presence that I want to highlight what's going on, and I use a fill light. And actually, this is more like the key right now, and the other one is the fill light, because I moved the camera, so that's why. So this is the key light, is showing me the shape, is showing me what's going on, and I add the fill light that is showing me what's on the other side. And on the rim light is when subsurface is shining. So I add the two rim lights, and now subsurface is getting there. Make sense? Subsurface scattering always work with rim lights, with lights on the bottom, on the back, and because you need to see the light through the object. Okay, so of course I add the dome light, and now it's looking more like a commercial. Because it's color matching. It's everything about color matching. Okay, so of course that all of them use a target, because I always use target for my lights. And if you don't know how to change this icon, it's pretty simple. You go to basic, and you can put the icon here, and you know, and you can load presets. Cinema 4D has a lot of presets. So I will put, I don't know, a hand. And you can also use your own image. So I have a hand now. See? It's like nothing spectacular. Okay, so, but this is super important because if I go here to my scene and if I start like changing the target of the light, everything will change. Everything will change. So you can art direct so much better with a target lighting. Okay? You see, everything start to change because all of the lights are now moving, towards the target. So these are the things that will get your life easier. And then the camera, of course, I use we can find out another camera angle too. Let's see if we can find out another camera angle, and we need to remove these ones. So let's find out another camera angle. So let's see if I can find something interesting. Maybe something like this. Yeah, maybe something like this. So if you see, this is the focus. So I always also use a tag, I mean a null to make a focus. So let's make this the focus too. So I will use the focus for this one. So I go to the camera, optical, and I use the focus here. This is without the bulk. I mean, without the autofocus, and this is with. So you change a lot of the scene. So maybe this is too much. Maybe add just 2, right? And something like this. Okay. So if I remove the focus, if put it more on the tip, you go here, more of the down, will be here. So it's so much easier to move the focus with the null. And my recommendation is just do it that. Okay. So let's try to go to the other one. Okay. You see how if I do this, I need to start moving the light for everyone can see better, can look better, right? I need to move the light behind the shape because I don't see subsurface right now. But basically, we have this shape that is looked super creamy. So the material right now is this one, super simple, but with the proper light is super effective. Okay, so now let's try to do with the base. Okay, so let's remove this. We can just put some. Let me try to open a file and see if I can do something. Everything is good so far. Everything is going is like yeah, everything you understand. It's like the skin effect. Yes. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's try to put this on here. So why it's not copying the texture? Let's copy the texture. Okay, it's copying now. So we're going to put it on the base. Okay. And on this one, we are using. Okay, let's see what's going on. It's weird. Oh yeah, it's good now. Okay, so let's put this on the cubic for us can be more precise on our texture. I'm just making a really quick example for you. So let's see that that's the base, and we're going to make a creamy from that base. So we're adding the collider for this one, and let's see what's going on. And you can also, cache the Pyro for maximum amount of VRAM. Good. Okay, so let's try to match this other camera to the one that we have here. Okay, so let's see. Let's think about that. We want this, right? And the focus right here, it needs to be on the base. So let's see what's going on. I think it's too out of focus. And if we go to the base right here, or maybe we can increase the size of the base. Actually, this texture looks really nice. Do you like this one? I think it looks really, really nice. Okay, so let's see the simulation right now, but without the render. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. And why is showing me some borders here? This is weird. Because of the voxel size. Yeah, it's weird. Okay, so let's try to put this more on this perspective. Oh, let's think about that we want to do this. Okay, so because we changed the camera angle and now everything looks different, we need to start changing our scene. I mean our lighting, because the lighting was almost like over here, something like that, right? But you get the point. And you can start art direct these scenes like more effective. Let's say I like this. Yeah, let's say I like this. This looks really good. Okay, so you see now that what I do all the time, that I create different lights environments. So this is light 01, and I just add another light. Of course, we'll be thinking about the new lights. So what I do all the time, like I do this, and I just try different lighting stuff. Okay, so basically what we do here is like we turn off all the lights and we see our key light. So our key light's not good. I don't like it now. So we're going to change the position and the elements. So we're going to hide these ones, and so key light. I think I prefer. Yeah, I think I prefer that. Yeah, I like that one. Okay, so the fill light need to be on the other side, right? Awesome. And now we have the rim light. That our first rim light need to be, and I will hide the previous camera. So now this camera is over here. So the rim light need to be more right on the bottom of everything. If I remove all the lights, I need to be in the rim light. So the one rim light is right here. You can also make it closer. Ooh, I love this one. Great. Okay, cool. And all of them has, this softbox center here. So, and the other rim light, no, this is too much. So this is not need to be a key light, need to be a rim light. So yes, I want just affect just the subsurface. Okay. So, and because the dumb thing is the same thing. Now that we change the lighting, you will see that it's a different scenario right now. So I have these two frames. Of course, this creamy thing works with everything, right? This creamy material works with every shape. So let's see if I can import a different shape, and we can see how this affect other objects. Uh, Okay, let's see these elements. No, I don't like them. Let's see. Uh, oh, then maybe this one is good. Okay, so let's see this one. And actually, I will open that file instead. Yes, made it with the previous version. So let's open, this folder file here, and let's see how that material will work on this one. Okay, so let's see in the paper. We select all of them and just replace that and replace the cursor, and all the folder structures here are going to be replaced by this creamy texture. So much fun. You see? So now, you need to play with the lights a lot. And this will not be so effective because we don't have the same shape as this one. Because this shape right here, and of course, we need to put our simulation going. This shape is dense, and so that's why it's going to be affected by subsurface. Okay, so yeah, so this is Pyro effect. You can play a lot with this. You can do a lot of things with the Pyro. You can see you can do some creamy things, right? You can do cream with Pyro, and that's super weird. But for scenes of this nature that you can, right, you can art direct in a different way. You can basically create whatever you want to create. But the power of Pyro and particles in the new Cinema 4D is pretty good. And and understanding the light is set up and the concepts and all of that, it's awesome. It's awesome. So I will put these files in the resources on school, so you can take a look of this. You can take a look of also the texture for the cream, and also the idea is like you can start playing with it. Even you can put some particles falling, and you can do the same with the volume measure. So the key to make these shapes is to use the volume measure and the smoothing modifier. Okay, so yeah, so this is what I want to show you today. We have a couple minutes if you have any questions, but the idea is that you will ask me basically whatever you want to ask me. So you can unmute yourself, or you can write it down the questions. Yeah, man, no problem. And yeah, so we are going to be super ready. We have tremendous new master classes for this year, and it's going to be super fun. So yeah, this is the creamy thing, and if we put it like in slow motion, it will be super good. So it's looking really good. Like, it's super tasty. Yeah, I imagine like put some strawberries or something like that. Maybe we had to do that, like put some strawberries and put the cream on that. But yeah, that's the thing, man. Take care. Take care of this week. Will be a wonderful year. Will be really amazing. I'm excited to live in this year. So see you in the next one. And as again, happy New Year. It's been amazing having this community, and I'm super excited to move forward with it. Okay, guys. So thanks, man. Happy New Year to you too. See you in the next one. Yeah, have a great weekend to you. Awesome. Take care. Bye bye.